Let's look at different types of love. Welcome to Truth Talk Wisdom Walk with C.A. Curtis. I'm Carolyn. On a road trip to visit Idaho family, we listened to C.S. Lewis from his 1958 London radio broadcast. Chuck Colson moderated the old show, and hours sped past as Lewis shared excerpts from his book, The Four Loves. Well known as author of the Chronicles of Narnia, he entertained generations with his fantasy stories, which began with The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Hopefully you've seen them. Truth and wisdom were woven through his stories, which captivated the imagination of children and adults and splashed across the screen with riveting action. I had read The Four Loves, but hearing Lewis's voice added to my appreciation of his thoughts on the different types of love. His book is the kind of read that invites you to underline, mark up passages, and think about your loves and your life long after the last page. If it was required reading before high school graduation, the world would probably be a far better place. So I hope that you will immerse your heart and mind in his classical, mid-century world and learn more about love from Professor Lewis. My brief introduction only touches the surface of his words and offers a few observations as a mere taste of love. Distinguished from each other, gift love and need love are two motivations behind loving. Both are necessary for healthy human connection. Lewis wrote, quote, "The typical example of gift love would be that love which moves a man to work and plan and save for the future well-being of his family, which he will die without sharing or seeing. Of his second, need love, that which sends a lonely or frightened child to its mother's arms." Unquote. The father sacrifices the tempting pleasures of the moment to build a future for his family. He offers his gift love. The child entrusts his need love for safety and security with his need for father's care and mother's enfolding arms. We will not thrive without both gift and need love. The Greek language is precise and offers 8 types of love, which is probably why Lewis chose to use those. To keep it simple, I focus on the 4 main loves when working with couples. We start with what is left when passion fades. Is there charity or family love, where a husband and wife can reconnect and rediscover the spark of attraction that first brought them together and that they had forgotten to practice? Perhaps. For me, when love faded or never grew, I prayed to know God's love for those I failed to love, and I'm still learning about love. Lack of love is most often a failure on the part of the one who chooses not to love. Agape is selfless love, charity and altruism or compassion. Storge is familial, devoted love, which may include endurance, devotion, dedication, selflessness, and time. Philia is friendship love, affection, and platonic. Eros is sensual or erotic love. Philia, or self-love, can include a healthy view of worth with compassion and care for self. Pragma is dutiful love. Mania is obsessive love and falls into a mental health category, I believe. Ludus, borrowed from Latin, is playful, uncommitted love, like one-night stands, which, like lust, I hesitate to call love at all. Agape is gift love, which I will save for later. Storge is both gift and need love, which offers us survival, protection, affection, and family devotion. Family is the foundation of our survival and the survival of our children, relatives, and communities. Storge love can survive without philia or friendship and without the passion of Eros. It is made up of the common, everyday family life as we go around our repetitive and mundane tasks of survival. Family love is humble, quiet, and ordinary, yet it is a strong force against dictators or any dystopian Brave New World. My parents loved and cared for each other in front of me, and they cared for my sister, brother, and me. As babies, Mother massaged us with olive oil, and we felt the touch of her warm, gentle hands. Mother rescued us from the tarantula that crept toward us. Mother made my costumes for school plays and kept us safe when the tornado ripped out part of Amarillo, Texas. Father held me on his lap and brought home our Dalmatian puppy in his suit pocket. Father quoted poetry, sang, and taught us his college songs on vacations, and bought us ice cream after church on Sunday. Father moved us to California so we could go to college. That move presented our greatest challenges and life lessons. We need each other. Without the acceptance of different personalities, ever-changing likes and dislikes, opinions, ideas, and feelings, we would be bored, isolated, and alone. We would have to fend for ourselves in an uncaring and hostile world. There'd be no sharing of responsibility for nurturing the young and helping each other. Family offers a balance of nurture and structure from mother and father so children can grow. Understanding God's love for me grew with the birth of my children. That I could be a part of co-creation evidenced His design for family. Being able to nurture each infant and watch them grow through childhood and adolescence to adulthood was my grandest adventure. Until that is, grandchildren appeared, and the adventure continues. Conflict arises with parenting. We tend to do what we learned for better or worse. Add to that the different motives in parenting. Fathers generally want their children to be respectful, resilient, and courageous, while mothers want them to be safe and secure. Meanwhile, children need safety, security, resilience, courage, and respect for authority. In this effort, kind yet firm parental teamwork is best. When parents are absent, overbearing, or overprotective, children struggle to mature. Now, neighbors look out for each other, but family members overlook, forgive, and even excuse things that would not be tolerated in neighbors or friends, not for a minute. We love our children, and their antics amuse and sometimes annoy us, but they are our children. If we survived childhood with siblings, our affection could grow as we expanded our new members. In family, we shared the joys and struggles of growing up, holidays, isolation, health, sickness, births, deaths, laughter, sorrow, sunshine, storms, peace, and war. Blending need and gift love, we bonded and wove our stories together in our family history. And I admired my favorite aunts who were loving and gracious. And then there was an aunt who seemed strange, after all, who lets cats roam the kitchen counters or fleas take over the house. But our quirky aunt had her art exhibit in New York. One accepts quirks and crankies that make life interesting and prepare us for the average workplace. However, It is in the tolerance for weaknesses and peculiarities that some self-centered members can take advantage of their position. Being at home or with family is no excuse for setting yourself over others, lording it over them, saying or doing what you want to attack, wound, or humiliate. Lewis cautioned that love can become idolatry, and so it is with Storge. Family love or loyalty elevated above love of God or love of truth invites trouble. Elizabeth Barrett loved her slave owner father, but loved truth more, so she wrote to end slavery. Was it her father Edward's demand for loyalty as a grieving widower that he forbade his children to ever marry? And because of that, he suffered the consequences of estrangement and loss of family. So how do we keep family love loving? Does it take care of itself? Does your body take care of itself? Or do you need to tend to basic needs? Things go sour fast if we never bathe, brush our teeth, or wash our underwear. Bad behavior causes divorce and is cause for relief or guilt when a devouring or abusive member, father, mother, sibling, etc., leaves or dies. And jealousy can breed resentment, and it did lead Cain to murder his brother Abel. Change can be a threat when one member is more successful or dares betray the group or break with tradition. Members may protest. Arrogance, addictions, irresponsibility, laziness, self-pity, bitterness, anger, and unfaithfulness for good reason. Immature, selfish behaviors break up families and leave children vulnerable to neglect and abuse. Dr. Gottman, working to keep families together, coined the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse as the main causal factors in broken relationships: criticism, defensiveness, contempt, and stonewalling. The antidotes are worth practicing. Trade a polite statement of your own needs for criticism. Trade accepting responsibility for defensiveness. Trade appreciation for contempt. And trade self-calming, emotional regulation, for stonewalling. When we learn how to tame our 4 horsemen, it affects not only our family life, but the entire community benefits, one person at a time. Be part of the healing. See, hear, touch, and care for your family. Call home. Love truth, be grateful, and do good. Thank you for joining the journey of Truth Talk, Wisdom Walk. Until we meet again, and do remember, the views expressed on Truth Talk Wisdom Walk are presented for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only, because you matter, and I don't know your story, and you need to talk to someone who knows your story when you need help with walking through a problem. Until we meet again.